It is official. Accounts Payable Appreciation Week is live. You've joined 12 p.m. UK time, wherever you're watching, whether you're watching back, whether you're live. It's the start. I should have a horn, should I do one of those? We're live, we're going live. So today I am delighted to be joined by John Rogers from Bottomline, who are our headline sponsors. So before we kick off, John, tell us all about yourself and the organization, if you don't mind.
Sure. Hi, Jamie. And firstly, I would say we're proud and honoured to be headline sponsor of APA's AP Appreciation Week. So thank you for inviting me along in this live, which is a first for me. So thank you. Well, I'm John, and I'm one of the sales leaders here at Bottomline. And I'm responsible for acquiring new customers. I've got teams in the UK, teams in continental Europe and Australia. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I've been at Bottomline. I've the good fortune to be at Bottomline for over 25 years now, with various commercial roles. But most recently, I was managing director of our APAC corporate business based out of Sydney. So hopefully I can lend a bit of domestic and international experience and helping and some insights into customers and their business payment and cash life cycle needs. But Jimmy, as you know, we've been working with yourself for a bit, and a lot of synergy in terms of our teams and our focus. But Bottomline is at the forefront of making complex business payments simple, smart, and secure, and we help thousands of companies, I think in 92 countries across the world. More than 800,000 corporates use a Bottomline product across 6 continents. So we've been helping business get paid for over 30 years. So long heritage and deep expertise in business payments. So it's in our DNA. And as you know, the synergy with yourselves is payments are an important enabler for running the day-to-day operations for corporates. So, and this is why we're here to help recognize the unsung heroes of that process. So thank you. Delighted to be here, Jimmy.
Brilliant, thank you, John. And look, other than the great ambassador you are for Bottomline, and we worked with you now. You were at a conference last year, which I think you agree was phenomenal. You and I had to do the opening address, as you know. But it was lots of people, but we do represent people around the world actually during AP Week. So it's lovely to have you, John. Lovely to have the sponsorship once again as a headline sponsor for the entire week. And we will talk a little bit in a second about all the things we're getting up to. But you mentioned it, unsung heroes. That's what this week's all about. And I'll post a few comments. If you're watching this live, which I know there's lots of you watching it live, post your comment. Put it in there if you're watching it at LinkedIn, whether you're watching it at any of our social platforms. Post your comment. Here we go. They're starting to fly in now. I will start posting these on, John. This is the week. You see that surrounding us, we've got it blue, which is sort of our corporate colours. We call it turning the airways blue. So we don't swear. We're turning it blue for all the right reason. We celebrate exactly what you said, John. All the unsung heroes, the people that keep the wheels of industry going, make all the payments, make sure that no fraud happens, no dodgy stuff goes on in terms of all the things that go on at payables. But the most important part is they are literally the backbone of every organization, whether you're large, small, or medium. We really celebrate all of the activities that go on. So that's what AP Week's all about. So at the bottom, on the bottom of the screen, John, I've got to press buttons in a minute. So if you and I disappear, it's all my fault. At the bottom, you will see a hashtag. Now, John and I have been instructed, this is how you get involved. So whether you're sitting at home, you're in teams, in working environments, if you want to get involved, whether you're doing individual postings, teams posting, you're baking cakes, you're taking photos, even if you just want to have a little comment to say how great your teams are, post it on one of your socials, whether it's LinkedIn or all the other social posts. Make sure you put that hashtag APA Appreciation Week 2024, and that will then get picked up and it will be put on our wall of appreciation. And I'll share you that in a little while. But that's when I press a button, and I'm just trying to get as much as we can before myself and John disappear. So AP Wall of Appreciation is literally where we celebrate. We push all of the content. We have all of our posts, our videos, etc. on there. So this week is all about celebrating payables. But why do we celebrate? And John, again, going back to your point, we unfortunately are sometimes maybe they're not the most celebrated of industries or professions, we're a little bit unsung in terms of who we are and what we do. What we do here at the association is try and forefront and push people to the very sort of forefront of organizations. So what do we do during AP week? It's a little bit of fun, but most important, it's celebration of who we are. And this morning, it is lovely to see so many posts coming through already about people promoting and recognizing the hard work that this industry does. So John, you joined us at a great time. We have literally turned the internet blue. There's several of them as we go through. So in terms of what's the plan for the week will involve kickoff now. So we are obviously live. Hopefully people will start to post their videos and photos, and we'll share a few of them in a second. But if you look at what we're going to help and support you with this week, with the support of John and Bottomline and some of other sponsors that we've got going live in the week, it's a full activity. So each day you will see lots of things go on. So we have games, we have cake baking, we have dressing up, we have lots of things that go on. By the way, John, I'm not dressing up, even though there's a lot of people out there tell me I've got to dress up. My good wife, my better half, she normally has all of her nails done. Don't know whether you've had your nails done, John. I haven't, as you can clearly see. Lots of corporate branding that goes on. We just have lots and lots of activity. But it all culminates this week in a forum, a live event that we're doing, which is the Influencer and Leadership Forum that's been held on Wednesday, on the 15th in Birmingham. Now, again, Bottomline are headline sponsoring that event with us. That event is circa 150 people, leaders from around the UK and Ireland. We've got people flying in as well from sort of other regions, but predominantly UK and Ireland. And the whole event is sort of platforming what we do as an industry. So it's wonderful, again, for Bottomline to be our headline sponsor. Yeah. The idea with that event, though, John, is that not only do we get together, we have 4 panels, and I'll share the details in a second. Yeah. But at the end of that day, the back end of that day, we also announced this year's APA Key Influencers for 2024. Now, who are the key influencers? These are the people that make our industry and our profession all the better for being part of. Personally, I am so proud to represent the industry and the interests of everybody that sort of goes into that field. But the influencer community that we represent and get announced on Wednesday are really literally are the backbone. They're the people that create all of the content, all of the strategy with us, and they keep us honest and open about what's really going on the front line. So we have an award ceremony, John, and I know your colleague Richard is joining us on that day, and we pre-coached him. He's got to jump on a stage and hand out lots of awards and certificates during the day. And again, it's huge celebration. And John, from your background, I mean, you came to conference. I think even you were blown away with the amount of engagement that happens in the accounts payable community.
I was, Jamie, and I have to say, I was blown away by how vibrant and such a broad set of highly skilled professionals in the association. You come into this and been in the industry a long time. People say things like payables, accounts payable, payments, and they don't really think about the people making it all happen in the background. And I must say I was inspired by the event, and I'm passionate about what we do and passionate about payments, and it was great to be in front or with a community just as passionate about what they do and bring a lot of skill and experience to it. And I think we talk about payments, we talk about accounts payable, but these are all encompassing terms that underpin security, payment initiation, financial messaging flows, all interconnected to the financial health of the business. But at the heart of that, the ability to pay and get paid efficiently and securely. So our AP teams, and so they're not just a part of it, they're an essential part of the business payment cash flow life cycles. And more often than not, AP teams, I think, as you mentioned, are on the front line, ensuring it's compliant, protecting the financial health of the business, and enabling secure and efficient payments. So I think it's fantastic this week that we recognise the work that AP teams perform, and a shout out to the Bottomline AP team. I hope you're on. We should always take the time to appreciate and thank our accounts payable colleagues directly for the work they do. as I say, and something I picked up from one of your colleagues in protecting the business and enabling the commercial outcomes and relationships that we all rely on. So fantastic, Jamie. Great.
Well, John, look, as I say, you're absolutely right, and it's you've summed it up really, really well. That we do protect the assets and the cash of all organisations, but it's all about celebration. This week we highlight the unsung heroes, we celebrate, we have a bit of fun, we get together, absolutely. So if you've not already done so, and this is the first time you're watching this live or you watch it on record, at the bottom you'll see a web address, ap-association.com/ap-week. If you go to that web page, you will be able to download the pack. And what we mean by the pack is we give you loads of social graphics. We actually also, with the sponsorship of Bottomline this year, we've released our first survey. So we've looked at a best practice industry survey. Bottomline supported us with that. We went out to our community and our influencer community, and we asked a whole bunch of questions from everything from general process through to best practice to fraud, payments, you name it, we asked those questions. And ultimately, that pack includes that first survey. So please go along, download the pack. In there also is some ideas about what you can get up to. And I've been told this morning from our marketing team that there's some offers in there as well. So if you're looking to maybe join the association for the first time, do a qualification with ourselves, there's a couple of offers in there. So definitely would encourage you to jump onto that link, download the pack, get involved. It's not too late. Remember, it happens for the entire week. So without further ado, John, I am going to press a button and I'm going to try and share a screen for you and I to go through. Just want to share what's happening on Wednesday.
Sure.
Two, then we're going to have a quick look at the forum, and what's going to happen there. And then we'll jump onto the AP Wall of Appreciation to give people a view of some of the ideas that are going on at the moment. So I'm going to press a button. Please make sure this works. If it doesn't, John, you might be tap dancing on your own. So 2 seconds. Right, okay. So here's our website, as I mentioned earlier, the AP Week. When you jump on the website, hopefully you can all see this. It tells you a little bit about. You can download the pack as it says there. That will download, you put your info in, and you'll then automatically get the information download, which includes the survey, the special offers, and all the social graphics that you can then start to share. A little bit about what AP Week's all about. We've got a webinar of the week, which our wonderful Kat Moy is going to be running towards the back end of this week, which is all around sort of leadership and showing your influence, how you can get involved in terms of the community. We've got the live forum, and we'll go through that in a second, John, and we'll go through some of the agenda. We've got the influencer nomination, but also more importantly, the awards. And there's the benchmarking report that was wonderfully sponsored by our team at Bottomline. As we go down through the web page, you'll see is the live event. So if we quickly go into the forum that's happening live on Wednesday, I believe we're sold out. But if we're not, and when I say sold out, it is usually a membership-only event or influencer event. But if you're really desperate to come along, email me directly or message me directly, and I always try and find out a ticket or two. Somebody sitting on each other's laps, maybe. So what's happening during that live event? We've got the Leadership Forum event. Let me quickly go into the agenda. The agenda itself this year is phenomenal. So as I said earlier, we've got 4 panels. We've got the opening address from your colleague, Richard, who's going to be joining me on stage, Richard Ransom. I believe Rich is going to give us a very brief overview, again, of Bottomline and the industries that you serve, but more importantly, what you guys are going to try and get out of, not only from this week, but also hopefully for the community. John?
Yeah, and I think what I would say that is, Richard is an experienced subject matter expert across the domain and industry, and sits on a lot of the regulatory and compliance associations and groups, would be the Bottomline voice on that. So Richard has forgotten more about some of the things we do than most people know. So I think he's definitely worth tuning into, listening to, and I think he's on the panel as well. I think it's aligning with the C-suite agenda, but Richard's a fantastic guy, deeply knowledgeable, really personable, lovely guy. So make sure you say hello and shake his hand. He's a good guy. Indeed.
And I had the pleasure of last year at conference. Richard ran a panel for us there, or a session, And he's so passionate. For somebody that's not in the industry, i.e. on the front line, but somebody very passionate and knowledgeable. So please, we've got the opening address from myself and Richard. Then we go into the panels. The first one is about navigating leadership and the dynamics of AP and P2P. So basically, it's all about leadership. What's that mean for the industry within payables, accounts payable, procure to pay? We have a wonderful panel that's sort of doing panel one. A quick break there. This is the one that Richard's joining myself. I'm facilitating this panel, and it's all about the C-suite. What does C-suite mean? What does the C-level mean? So we're going to go into a bit of detail there, and how can we align our day-to-day jobs and strategy with what the C-suite does and what keeps them awake, or keeps them asleep. Sorry, keep them awake. Well, actually, probably the same. Keeps them from any sleep. We have an absolutely amazing keynote speaker, a young lady called Danny Wallace. For anybody that's been to our events live previously, we've had some amazing keynote speakers, the likes of the wonderful Brad Burton, who I know all our audience love. Danny's amazing. She really is. Her story will resonate. She's one that has an amazing backstory. She's so powerful in her talk. It really is around that strategies for high performance leadership. And it'd be an absolute honor to share the stage with Danny at 12. As we go through to the afternoon, we've got the business partnering session, which is the state of AP and P2P. Very much so, we hear a lot about what business partnering is and how can AP and P2P align themselves and maybe have a strategy around business partnering. Again, an amazing panel that's going to be talking about. We have the fourth panel, which is all about high performance. It's going back to those people elements and how can we drive the rising stars of the future. And then just straight after there, we're going into this award ceremony, the bit I love, and it's where I get everybody's name wrong. I get sort of tomatoes thrown at me at the front. But what's the most important part is we absolutely celebrate those people that are really the most influential in our industry. We are also, very excitingly, not only will we have this live on the day, and we've got hundreds of people that are attending live. For all those people that can't attend, and we have influencers around the world, we're live streaming it. So hopefully that will go out to live stream to all our members in our influencer community, and then we'll look to close around 4 o'clock. So that's the event in itself. Got the Influence Awards. Have a look at that on our website. And then before I sort of stop sharing the screen, before I press the wrong button, let's have a quick look at the Wall of Appreciation, John. So this is what you'll get from this point onwards. So at this point, as you go onto our website, you will start to see lots of posts. So there's you and I going live, John. So there's I don't know what I'm thinking about, what I'm saying there. You look an awful lot more handsome than I do there, John. At least you look like you know what you're talking about rather than me. So there's the first live post. What you will see on this Wall of Appreciation is lots and lots of live sessions. So from this point on, you can go down, you'll see lots and lots of activity. Clearly, as we've run up to this event, there's lots of posts from ourselves. Remember to post that AP Appreciation Week 2024. Let's have a quick look at what we did last year. So you can clearly see there's quite a lot of posts, cakes being baked, people working from home, working from different environments. There's a look nice strawberry cake there. We've already had influencers post first thing this morning, 6 o'clock this morning. One of our more notorious AP influencers, Stuart Griffiths, posted from he was just about to get on a flight, I believe. So he was posting from there. What you will see from here on in is lots of photos, videos. Get involved. There's a post there from Suzanne from last year who posted she'd even got corporate blue in her little camper van that she was traveling around the country. You will see lots and lots of activity, from posts to cake baking, from videos. And more importantly, even if you want to just post a few words to recommend how great your team are, or your bosses, or even the C-suite, even if you want to post a little bit about what goes on in your industry, please do so. But you must remember to use that hashtag that I mentioned earlier. So as you can see, lots and lots of posts from last year. These will start to drip through from here on in. I will stop sharing at that point before I lose both of us, John. There we go. We're back on. So let me go and post that again. So look, at the bottom, it's AP Appreciation Week 2024. So John, what, if anything, are the bottom line team? Because I've been working with your marketing team, and who I think are brilliant, by the way. I think they're so engaged. What's the plans? How are bottom line getting involved this week?
So lots of things going on. And yes, thank you. I mean, the marketing team doing an absolutely fabulous job of making this all look fantastic and professional and well executed. So shout out to Chris and the team for that. But what a bottom line team up to. So obviously we're at the forum this Wednesday, and then but we've. So bottom line marketing team, there'll be a lot of LinkedIn activity. So make sure you hit and follow the bottom line LinkedIn handle to see some of the content that we've got lined up this week. Loads of tailored content, loads of up-to-date industry news and information. We've made available some thought leadership material and articles and podcasts. We're going to be running some polls, some dedicated podcasts and pictures from the team at Bottom Line and from the forum. And I think we've got a delivery of some treats organized for some of our AP teams in our customer base, but also for the APA team and a few others around the industry. So look out for, I think they're brownies. So look out for the brownies that are underway, I believe. But yeah, really excited. And I think credit to you, Jamie, and the APA for really elevating, this to a wider audience and creating the excitement and the passion and the fun around it. So it's great to be involved.
Amazing. Thank you, John. And look, for anybody that doesn't know, Chris and the team at Bottom Line, I attended your customer event back in the last year and I was hosting a panel for you. And the goodies they send, I promise you, are exceptional. So I look at brownies. I'm pretty sure they'll be phenomenal. But again, it's John. We really do appreciate the support of likes of Bottom Line and all our sponsors throughout the year, not necessarily just for this week in the forum. We couldn't do what we do without the likes of Bottom Line and all our sponsors. And people know this. I mean, the reality comes down to wherever possible, we try and make our events low cost, if not at all, any cost at all. And people like Bottom Line not only are at the leading force of trying to help the community that we serve, but you support us because we can bring people to our events. We can get people involved because we have sponsorship from people like yourself. So thank you, John. Thank you for Bottom Line. And then look, what it brings me to look, we've got those loads of comments in the side, but you and I could chat all day, John, but we've got to get them live. We've got to get them start doing all the videos and all that good stuff. One last thing, there's going to be a special guest on the day on Wednesday. And I think anybody who knows this person will be absolutely delighted. This person's coming along to the forum, and I'm going to leave it at that. It's super exciting, the guest that we've got coming along. Everybody in our industry will be over the moon. Let's put it that way. Use a terminology such as that this person's going to be live with us on Wednesday, but you've got to sort of tune in if you're not coming along to our live event. You'll see who it is. And if you are on the live events, this person will bring a smile to your face. And it's not me, but there is something that's coming along. Two more bits of information. We will obviously do the awards, and we're going to announce the brand new Accounts Payable Association Ambassador Program. And further details will come out around the Ambassador Program from Wednesday onwards. So please look out for that. I think there's a few competitions on the day. So John's already said the Bottom Line are already doing lots to go throughout the week, polls, and the team are getting excited about that. I think there's some competitions planned throughout the whole week. But the most important part is go onto the website, download the pack, look out for the hashtag below, make sure you and your teams get involved. And if nothing else, and if let's be honest, John, finance and accountancy can be known as a little bit conservative, a little bit of back office, a little bit boring, shall we say. Not during this week. We really pushed the envelope this week. We want everybody to celebrate. We want to be front and center. The wonderful community that we support, please make noise, do posts. I promise you, if you get in trouble, point your bosses my way. I'll try and convince them that it was good use of time, because it is that. It's celebration, it's highlighting, it's exactly what we're trying to do. So John, any words before we wrap up for today, before the live session finishes today?
All I would say is look out for our team on the 15th. They'll be delighted to have a chat about how we can help businesses pay and get paid and protect and secure those payments. And what just a comment on the special guest. If it's on a par with last year's conference, then that's be very exciting and well worth looking forward to. So just thank you again for the opportunity to appear live. Jamie, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this community, and we look forward to working working together this week and playing a part in the excitement and recognition of the AP teams.
Lovely, thank you, John. And we'll wrap up there. As a reminder, get involved. This is your week to shine. This is the 1 week where we highlight and we really put the light on everybody that works in the payable space. And also, remember, you don't have to work in accounts payable to get involved. If you're in finance, if you're in ops, go celebrate your community. Go and celebrate. What we do a lot of is we see others from outside of payables celebrate their wonderful payables teams by posting, commenting, all this good stuff. So if you're a C-suite downwards, make sure you're loving your accounts payable team. We'll finish it there, John. Thanks so much for today. Really appreciate your support. Thank you for our wonderful community. It's been lovely, and I will see you, hopefully, all those people live on Wednesday. For now, see you soon. Thanks all.
Thanks, Jimmy.